Anna Plotitsyna tried out in a lot of groups and sections during her childhood years in a number of creative art groups, cutting out pieces with a jigsaw, braiding macrame, and going hiking on forest and mountain trails. She's today a master of short distances in hurdling. She tried track and field, but her first coach said she was hopeless. This is the story of a brilliant young girl who gets an adrenaline surge from hurdling barriers. Zodiac sign: Capricorn. Favorite color: blue. Eye color: blue. Favorite season: winter. Favorite flower: I love simple daisies, tulips, daffodils, and peonia. Favorite drink: water is the best possible drink. Hobby: I love reading books, detective stories in particular. The year 2018 started off quite successfully for the Ukrainian hurdler. Anna Plotitsyna was one of the first to meet the standard criteria for participation in indoor world championships, which will be held in Birmingham. She won the traditional Christmas start with a big reserve, showing a high result of 8.08 seconds. Now she has the opportunity to calmly prepare for the World Championships, refine the smallest details, save milliseconds, and improve her performance on the track. Anna Plotitsyna knows exactly that there are no boundaries to achieving perfection. It's possible to do it all faster. You're running fast today, and in a week or two, a year later, you can run faster. There is no such limit here, and I begin to understand this when I see that my performance results are higher from year to year. Plotitsyna's first meeting with her first coach, Oleh Bilodid, was a complete failure. Her father, who also practiced under this reputable track and field trainer, brought his daughter to show her skills. The coach was not at all impressed with the girl. He looked at me and said, "Come a bit later," and then I asked my father, "Why later?" He said that the coach said I was too plump to compete in track and field. The truth is that my parents fed me goat milk, so I was truly a bit plump.
Видимо, родители откармливали меня там козьим молоком или молоком, в общем, была я такая пухленькая.
But the current hurdler was dedicated to this sport. Plotitsyna showed very high results in physical education at school. She easily met and even exceeded the required norms. She was always constantly very active and mobile, so she continued to apply her talent in school. They took me to try basketball and even handball, but I twisted my ankle somewhere and said after that I will not participate in these sports. I must admit that I found myself in sports and track and field was my destiny, and with my young brains I realized it in the end. Then she was invited to perform in track and field competitions at school. She did the long jump, ran the 16 meters dash, and tried the shot put. She showed her best side and quickly found forte in the track and field discipline with the coach, who once did not see any prospects for her. I remember I performed in several disciplines. Oh, I really liked it. I remember that I realized that this is mine, and I simply could not stand still. I like active training. In the end, I still got in with my father's coach, and slowly we started to train together actively. Anna Plotitsyna remembers her first coach with warmth. Oleh Bilodid was able to interest her and many others, and he made her fall in love with track and field. Moreover, he tried to develop children in a number of ways, and he taught care and love for this sport. He gathers us all and asks, "How many pylons were there as you walked here?" Those who guessed or who counted earned 2 runs less for 4 100-meter dashes. Naturally, all of us wanted to guess because we had a lot of work, and we ran a lot in my childhood. It toughened us. Today, Anna Plotitsyna lives and trains in Brovary. Her mentor and boyfriend is the famous Ukrainian decathlete Alexander Palamarchuk. He gets full pleasure from work with his team. He's happy because from the start to start, the running gets faster. For every training session she goes through is like a breath of fresh air. There are some athletes who do great in workouts. Friends, talk, music and more. This is not about Anya. She comes to each workout focused on the goals set in order to achieve the highest possible results. In 2016, she took part in the Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro. In 2017, she came in 4th place in the European Winter Championship in Serbia, losing to Pamela Dutkevic, who took the bronze medal by 1/100th of a second. Anya is on an equal footing with the best hurdlers of the world, so the winner's circle is always within the reach for her. There is always something missing, somewhere a hundredth, somewhere a moment, but in 2018, Plotitsyna plans to improve her results. Of course, I would like to maximally reveal our potential and the potential that Anya has for the Olympic Games in Tokyo in 2020. And before these competitions, there will be the World and European Championships. Already, I want to not just participate in the finals, as it was before, but I want to finally join the world battle for prizes and the highest results. Or perhaps even for the record of Ukraine. After all, the record of Ukraine is in the top 10 in the history of this sport in the world. But before the Ukrainian athlete started the battle on the track internationally, she more than once wanted to give it up. Plotitsyna had good prospects for a long time. She competed in the triple jump. Then she stopped at a distance of 400 meters in the hurdles. But major victories did not come, so she slowly began losing hope. And then she decided to take a bold step. In Kiev, a great specialist was working in the hurdling discipline, Serhiy Krasovsky. Together with his wife Olena Krasovska, they won the silver at the Olympics in Athens in 2004. So at a certain moment, Anna Plotitsyna decided for herself that this would be her saving grace, which would help her strive to become better and eventually the best in this discipline.
Пришел в жизни момент, когда нужно было решать либо же завязывать.
The moment came, I had to make a decision, either to end the professional career in track and field or to approach it seriously and not screw around.
Подойти к этому и не заниматься ерундой.
And at one point it was only Krasovsky, and if he does not take me, then I will destined to find another path in life.
Ну, ждут меня другие пути, дороги.
Anya arrived in Kyiv for Serhiy Krasovsky's training and said that she wanted to train only with him. She felt he was her only, so her future destiny will develop on his decision. Either she stays in professional sports or she will seek a different sphere in life.
И что нужно не бояться.
It is necessary not to be afraid to seek your goal.
Не бояться как настаивать.
Do not be afraid to knock on the door of opportunity. Do not be afraid to insist. He liked the fact that I came and I told him, I see only you as my coach. You are my hope. I'm your diamond. Polish me. The experienced mentor took Anya Plotitsyna's call, and the first thing he understood was that she needed to swim from the 400-meter to the 100-meter hurdle, and in the winter months she should scale down to the 60-meter hurdle. He gave Plotitsyna a new breath of fresh air because she began showing her high results after the age of 24. Many coaches in Ukraine either did not want to take her or did not see any prospects in her, and I'm still very grateful to him for taking her. Maybe such a test was also very interesting for him to prove his coaching skills, or just open his coaching talent, because it lies inside him and he wants to breathe it into someone else. Plotitsyna's work with Serhiy Krasovsky immediately brought them the fruits of their labor. Over a short period of training, Anya was a second short of her best result in the spring. To do this, she had to change her technique and fully re-educate herself. You see, there was a struggle, the struggle between the old and the new. The new one is what he tried to explain me, to get in touch, to tell. And the struggle with the old things that were not learned properly. Well, the hurdle is a technical sport, and still a very high speed. It is far from easy to overcome the speed, to perform those tasks, those settings. I understood it will just come with time. I thought the hurdle was easy. I was greatly mistaken. To overcome 10 hurdles in 100 meters is not such a simple task. It's about going the distance on one breath, not losing focus, and defeating rivals by showing the best results. Although during the race, these thoughts often do not enter an athlete's mind.
Становишься в колодке и
You stand on the pads, the start gun sounds, and you understand that you are running.
Это все, что ой-ой-ой, потому что ты не успеваешь даже подумать.
Oh, and this is all because you do not even have time to think about it. To be honest, here the head does not keep up the pace with the feet.
Ну и финиш. Ой.
Today, the coach who taught Anna Plotitsyna a new run, Serhiy Krasovsky, moved to the Middle East to work on a contract. But the dialogue with the team does not stop, although by phone and Skype it is not the same. Anna listens to the valuable advice of Krasovsky, but now she trains with Alexander Polomarchuk, who is close to her heart.
Пошел момент, когда обращаешь внимание на нюансы. Нюансы.
The moment has come when you pay attention to the small nuances.
Дыхание.
Hands, eyes, look, breath, strength of muscles, abs, back.
Сила мышц, пресс, пресса, спины.
This comes first.
Это раз, а вторая сторона то, что.
And the other side is that here, in short hurdles, the main thing is the maximum speed.
Главное максимальная скорость.
My coach says, you must thrash it.
Как говорил мой тренер, нужно лупашить.
The new duet of the athlete and the coach can already be called successful. Alexander and Anna understand each other in half words. They trust and listen to each other.
Такая интересная взаимосвязь. Аня учит меня быть.
It's such an interesting interconnection. Anya teaches me to be a coach, and I help her become an athlete and achieve high results. And this is our symbiosis. Of course, at home, we also discuss some training and competitive issues, but we try to resolve the basic issues during training. And when at home, we try not to delve too deeply into these professional matters.
Не копаться глобально в каких-то там делах.
There are many successful examples when a duet of the husband trainer and wife coach achieved high results. No need to go far if we recall the stellar couple of Plotitsyna's coach Serhiy Krasovsky, who with his wife Oleh in the Olympic Athens conquered the silver step of the pedestal. Remember, in this example, Anna Plotitsyna works for two at work. She is extremely stubborn and hardworking. She's one of those people who always tries harder in her approach.
Не нужно делать много.
You do not have to do much. You need to do little but good. This thought always comes to my mind, namely that there is no need to do much. Because when you do much, the essence of the sprint is already lost. Then I can start moving into the categories of 400 meters or more. Anna Plotitsyna gained her first Olympic experience at the Rio de Janeiro Olympics. Not satisfied with her performance, she stopped running in the first race, showing far from her best time.
Я, наверное, там была сильно сентиментальная, какое-то такое.
I was probably very sentimental there.
Чувство.
There was something like that when you were part of something, a team.
Команды. У меня там не вышло, конечно, выступить, но есть обоюдные причины тому.
I did not manage to make a speech there, but there are two reasons for that.
Осознание, что ты.
This is the realization that you are a representative of your country, of course, and this is very important. I still have a bit of this in me. When she talks about the Olympics, tears stream down from her eyes, and not because Plotitsyna feels uncomfortable remembering the performances in Rio. The event was just so impressive that the emotions from the main athletic holiday would be enough for her entire life. Certainly, she dreams of repeating these feelings, but this time with a good performance. At the Olympic Games in Tokyo, Plotitsyna will be already 30 years old, although neither she nor her coach look at the passport. If you feel like running, you have to run, not only in the next Olympics. To make it clear, with her previous coach, who trained her in Kharkiv, she went to the Olympics at the age of 39. As practice shows, if earlier they said sprint is only for young people, now even at 40, athletes still run and fight for medals. So this is not a problem. The main thing is that the body is ready for high loads. And the most important thing is to have the inner desire to achieve the best possible results. Anna and Alexander have more than enough desire to achieve high results. Together, they not only train and conquer, they dream together, and they also love going for walks together.
Мне больше, наверное, всего понравился Рим, Италия.
Most of all, I liked Rome, Italy. I love to walk,
Люблю я
often
гулять.
for a long time. I like the mountains. We and Sasha are very fond of walking, a dozen kilometers back and forth.
Десяток километров туда и обратно. Вот.
But it's always good to come back home. So it is good to travel a lot, but the road to home is the greatest feeling. After all, it's home sweet home.
Дорога домой самая любимая.
In the near future, Anna Plotitsyna and her coach will try to break stereotypes, which before that did not allow her to climb onto the pedestal of major competitions. Now she does not just hope that she can win on her crown and distance, she is sure to do it. For this purpose, she will have many opportunities: the championships of Europe, the world, and of course the highly regaled Olympic Games.